lines for carry-on and checked luggage. And 3, stay up to date with your itinerary by checking the airport website and social media feeds as well as your airlines. Now, we talked to a traveler who is heading out to see family. She says it's been smooth sailing so far.
And we're visiting with my son and his family. And so far the traveling experience has been great. We started out this morning about 8 o'clock, took a groom shuttle from Augusta to the airport, and we're joining my daughter in Atlanta here. She's on the train now.
And there are a few things the airport is doing to help ease your travel this weekend. The first is they're offering a free 30-minute grace period for parking, which is good news because if you're dropping someone off or picking someone up, you don't have to pay for parking. And they've also doubled the amount of terminal shuttles. So we'll continue to let you know what's happening down here. Ariana, back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Latasha. Speaking of the airport, officials are promising to tackle a big problem, people waiting too long for those shuttles. But flyers should see some improvements this holiday weekend. Hartsfield-Jackson's general manager spoke to city council members earlier this week. He said the airport has doubled the number of shuttles running between the international and domestic terminals. It's service many people use, especially to get to parking lots or MARTA. And we've seen complaints about those long lines on social media. The airport is looking at other ways to speed things up, like addressing parking shortages at the international terminal so people do not have to shuttle over from domestic. As the 4th of July quickly approaches, officials say this weekend will be the busiest of the year at Georgia lakes. Georgia's Department of Natural Resources expects Lake Lanier to be packed, and other agencies will help with patrolling. So make sure if you are operating a boat to stay sober. DNR says there won't be any warnings this year. There are some new wakeboarding laws going into effect tomorrow, so please keep those in mind. So if you want a reminder of the new laws, we'll have those details on our website. Those are there right now. A danger you can barely see and many not spot until it's too late. Those are rip currents. So here's some things to keep in mind if you're planning to head for the coast this weekend. Right now, rip currents are killing people at record-setting pace. This map from the National Weather Service shows rip current deaths so far this year. 55 people have drowned in rip currents since January, nearly all of them along the Atlantic and Gulf coasts. It's on track to surpass the yearly average of 71 rip current deaths.
It doesn't really matter the depth of water. You can find yourself pulled out before you realize it.
He says even on a green flag day, there's still a threat. First responders say do not fight the rip current if you find yourself in one. Just let the rip current take you away from the shore. You'll want to try to float. And when the rip current does start to slow down, you'll likely won't be too far away from the shore. Less than an hour ago, the King family held a news conference to remember Dr. Christine King Ferris. She was the last living sibling of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. She passed away yesterday at the age of 95. Dr. King Ferris was an educator for 56 years, as well as a longtime activist. Today, her family reflecting on her legacy, saying she made a huge impact on her community and her loved ones. Celebration of life arrangements have not yet been announced. Developing now, Atlanta police are investigating a shooting involving a teen that happened last night. People tell us a 17-year-old boy was shot near Lawton Avenue and Peoples Street around 10 p.m. Investigators say his mom shot him during a dispute over a video game. The teen was alerted and taken to the hospital. His mom is facing several charges, including aggravated assault. Advocates are hoping to make a big difference among young people before crime even happens. Just hours ago, they were canvassing the Cleveland Avenue area. They targeted this area because of its history with crime. Atlanta police crime data shows in this area 23 crimes against people and 90 crimes against property in just June alone. One mom says something needs to be done.
I think there's definitely a need for more conflict resolution. I don't know, it's every time you turn around, kids don't know how to manage, their emotions.
Tonight, these advocates are holding an anti-gun violence event at the Carver YMCA starting at 6:30. Coming up right now, the countdown is on to the holiday weekend. We'll let you know what's happening around the metro just ahead in your Weekend Watch.
Where you find out what's happening now across Metro Atlanta.
We begin tonight with breaking news out of Cobb County, where a neighborhood is now
where you stay a step ahead of severe weather.
Our storm risk has now been upgraded to a...
And the only place where you can verify fact versus fiction.
11Alive can verify that claim is false.
11Alive News at 11 p.m. where you end the day ready to take on tomorrow.
Weather can't run from the 11Alive Thunder Truck. A mobile weather center with the power and speed to chase down the strongest storms and bring you on-the-ground conditions. The 11Alive Thunder Truck, sponsored by Landmark Dodge. Fighting social inequality is on all of us. That's why 11Alive is committed to sharing diverse perspectives, exposing injustice, and finding solutions. Voices for Equality, sponsored by Georgia Power and our other partners.
The 11Alive Storm Trackers. It's how you see weather happening now across Metro Atlanta.
These severe storms are now closing in.
We could be talking about damaging winds, hail, and
How you can plan ahead by knowing what's coming overhead.
heavy storms are rolling in.
Expect pop-up thunderstorms and rain all day long.
And how you'll be weather ready wherever you are.
We expect at any moment a tornado warning could be issued.
The 11Alive Storm Trackers. It's how you'll be prepared and stay safe. 11Alive Morning News.
We began with breaking news this
is
morning.
where you know what's happening now.
11Alive is live on the scene.
Where you can confidently plan ahead
This severe weather is intensifying.
by knowing what's coming overhead. And where Atlanta's traffic expert
We've seen delays almost 30 minutes worth of
helps you get there on time, every time. 11Alive Morning News is where you start the day prepared. Watch weekdays 5 to 7 a.m.
If you see breaking news or severe weather near you, snap it and share it using Near Me on the 11Alive News app. Want to verify if something's true or false? Record your question and send it. Download the 11Alive News app to use Near Me.
11Alive News at 11 p.m. is where you find out what's happening now across Metro Atlanta.
we begin tonight with breaking news out of Cobb County, where a neighborhood is now
Where you stay a step ahead of severe weather.
Our storm risk has now been upgraded to a...
And the only place where you can verify fact versus fiction.
11Alive can verify that claim is false.
It's Friday, and that means it's time to start making plans for the weekend. The 4th of July, it falls on a Tuesday this year, but if you have to work, you don't want to have to miss out on the celebration. Happening today, the Georgia Aquarium is hosting their second annual 20,000 Beers Under the Sea event, which benefits the aquarium's education programs. You can enjoy unlimited samples of beer, seltzers, and cider from local and national breweries, plus a catered summer-inspired buffet dinner, live DJ and band, and of course, you get to explore the aquarium. It's from 7 until 10 p.m. tonight. Just head over to their website for ticket information. If you're looking for fireworks, head to Centennial Olympic Park on Saturday for Look Up Atlanta. It's the largest metropolitan fireworks show in the U.S. It's family friendly with food activities, music, including performances from the Atlanta Symphony Orchestra and winners of the Georgia Music Showcase. And of course, the big fireworks showdown at sundown. Gates will open at 5 p.m. General admission tickets are just $10. For more family-friendly fireworks fun, head over to Stone Mountain for their fantastic 4th celebration. They'll have family attractions, live entertainment, the new light show, followed by a fireworks finale. It's happening every night, Saturday through Tuesday, with the exact same fireworks show each night. The light show and fireworks starts each night at 9:30 p.m. And last but not least, the party continues in Forest Park for the annual Jasper Music Festival. It'll be on Main Street in downtown Forest Park tomorrow from 2 until 10 p.m. They'll have local vendors, food, live music, and of course, fireworks. Kids 12 and under are free, just $15 for everyone else. And if your July 4th weekend plans include shooting off your own fireworks, make sure you remember those laws. Fireworks such as bottle rockets, Roman candles, firecrackers, and sparklers are all legal, but the big ones, you got to leave those up to the professionals. You can light your fireworks between 10 a.m. and 11:59 p.m., but on the 4th of July, you get 1 extra minute. As for where you can set them off, if you're within 100 yards of a gas station, hospital, or jail, those locations are a no-go. As you head into the weekend, excitement is building for this year's AJC Peachtree Road Race. The big race is now just 4 days away. We brought you stories all this week about competitors in this year's race with some unique stories. Today, one man is on a mission to participate in 50 peach trees, and he's 7 races away. Paul Simpson has the world's largest 10K down to a science, using physics as his secret weapon. Here's his story.
We did it! For some, the AJC Peachtree Road Race is just a 10K.
Nice day for going walking and running.
For Paul Simpson, there's a science behind it all.
It's physics, because when you run up a hill, I don't want to be doing this. You wear yourself out.
Simpson, once a health physicist with the CDC, uses his scientific knowledge to his advantage.
Take that stride, and you still be at the top of the hill before these guys who run at full speed, because you bring yourself up and run up the hill going against gravity.
Gravity and the law of motion carried him to the finish line 42 years in a row. This race is his 43rd. His goal is to make it to 50.
If I get to 43, I got 50. Hey, what's the problem? I'm there now.
His journey to 50 started decades ago.
You remember this race?
I remember that, and that was, see, I started in 1980, but you can see when I got plenty. I can go with the big boys, see?
It's now a yearly tradition. He trains by running 3 miles a day to prepare his body for the high and low moments of the 6.2-mile run.
Which is usually the first half of the race, you're good. It's the second half where you have the taller hills and more distances. You got to be prepared. I always have enough energy. I'm gone. It was no big deal.
And when he's not preparing for a run,
I am a collector of objects and things.
He's collected every moment of his years running the Peachtree, like the time he ran with his family.
It was a very exciting day. And it was so exciting that I feel like I didn't even win a race that day.
Keeping every medal and shirt from each race.
See how you see Peachtree standing out underneath there?
And just like the law of physics states, objects in motion will stay in motion.
You know, I don't know when to stop. That's the problem.
Simpson says he too will always stay in motion, moving to the finish line.
Gravity comes in. It's falling down the hill. I'm floating.
And we certainly look forward to continuing to follow Mr. Paul's journey to 50. Now, don't forget our morning team. We will be out there. Our special coverage begins at 4:30 a.m. on 11Alive Morning News. Right now, we're taking a live look at the Panda Cam at Zoo Atlanta. Look at those pandas just relaxing. Now, the zoo will be closing early today because of the extreme heat. The zoo says the last entry time slot for the day will be 1:30 p.m. and gates will close at 2 p.m. and the grounds will close at 3:30. The zoo says its top priority is the safety and well-being of its animals, and that means bringing some inside. Officials say they will continue to monitor conditions throughout the rest of the weekend. I think after work, Andrew, I'm going to do what that panda's doing. Just lay out and relax, stay cool.
Yeah, exactly. You have a lot of water to drink and also try to stay in the shade a little bit. Of course, we are going to get a little bit of relief from the heat in the form of something else, too. We have a lot of shower and thunderstorm activity right now in far north Georgia that's dipping down towards the south. Unfortunately, some of these storms are going to have the chance to be strong to severe. Damaging wind is going to be the main threat. You see that we have the line of showers and storms dipping down to the south. Right now up towards Chattooga, Dade, and Walker County, we have this severe thunderstorm warning. This storm is making its way down towards the south, looking like it's going to stay just west of the Rome area. At least the stronger winds will. And you see a lot of lightning associated with this. It's going to continue its way down to the south. Somerville, you're likely going to be impacted by this. Some of those stronger winds, the very heavy downpours, a lot of thunder and lightning. Head inside, wait for this storm to pass. It's going to pass through pretty quickly, and then you'll be able to go outside and hopefully have some relief from some of this heat too. Still, though, make sure that you're staying away from any of those trees that may be blowing around a lot out there. You want to make sure that you're away from those just in case they do come down. You want to make sure you're staying safe. This cluster of shower and thunderstorm activity is pretty big all the way up into portions of Tennessee still, dipping down towards the south, heading into our region. These storms are weakening as they get down towards us, but again, a storm or two still could stay strong. A level 2 risk for severe weather for areas like Floyd County, stretching up through Chattooga County and even into portions of Tennessee and northeast Alabama. The rest of us under a level 1 risk, a marginal risk, meaning that we may just get one storm that could be strong to severe, damaging wind being the main threat with any of these storms for today. Now, I want to look up towards Rome first. Right now, we do have a lot of cloud cover out there and a lot of thunderstorm activity just to the north of there. You see the flags blowing pretty good on the flagpole. Those winds are likely going to pick up a little bit more here in Floyd County. No rain in Rome just yet. That's going to change here probably, though, over the next 30 minutes or so. Looking into north northern portions of the perimeter right here in Atlanta, closer on towards Sandy Springs. You see the King and Queen Towers. They're kind of draped in a haze. That's that air pollution that we've been dealing with right now at an area that is considered unhealthy for sensitive groups. That's why we have the air quality alert in place here for all those counties shaded in orange. Try to limit that outdoor activity outside if you can today, and limit any time that you could be out there driving around to help stop the air pollution from being as bad. Some spots are going to get hot today. 90 down in Thomaston. We're at 88 in Atlanta. Likely going to rise a few more degrees before this rain arrives to us, helping to cool us off. Look at how cool it is for those spots that have gotten the rainfall. 66 in Blairsville, 65 in Clayton. This rain going to do a lot to cool us off. Now, we still have the temperature at 92 here in Atlanta. That's just in case the shower and thunderstorm activity falls apart. I think we are still going to end up getting a little bit. You see everybody else, though, you see that when that rain comes through, really going to help to cool things off. We get to about 9 p.m. tonight. It's pretty much out of here, but another round of showers and storms could be impacting us. And temperatures, they're going to be still pretty warm, 70s and 80s. We move into the overnight time frame. Rain chances will go down, and forecast track tries to keep us drier for tomorrow, but I still think we're going to have the chance for showers and storms. Our weather models have not been handling these systems well as they're passing through. Temperatures in the mid-90s here for highs for Saturday. Look off to our north and east. You see the showers and storms. Those could very well be over us as we head throughout the afternoon on Saturday. That's why we have a 30% chance for rain there. 40% chance for some scattered showers and storms on Sunday. Isolated showers and storms Monday and Tuesday, and then just a 20% chance for rain there on Wednesday. Looking at the 7-day forecast, you can see there that it's going to stay hot here over the next few days. But of course, if we do get some of those showers each day, that could mean that those high temperatures end up being a little bit lower. So we want that rainfall to help cool us off a little bit each afternoon. But again, a few strong storms could be possible. Of course, right here at 11 Alive, we'll keep you updated through it all week.
The strongest storms and bring you on-the-ground conditions. The 11 Alive Thunder Truck, sponsored by Landmark Dodge. Fighting social inequality is on all of us. That's why 11 Alive is committed to sharing diverse perspectives, exposing injustice, and finding solutions. Voices for Equality, sponsored by Georgia Power and our other partners.
The 11 Alive Storm Trackers. It's how you see weather happening now across Metro Atlanta.
These severe storms are now closing in.
We could be talking about damaging winds, hail, and
How you can plan ahead by knowing what's coming overhead.
Heavy storms are rolling in.
Expect pop-up thunderstorms and rain all day long.
And how you'll be weather ready wherever you are.
We expect at any moment a tornado warning could be issued.
The 11 Alive Storm Trackers. It's how you'll be prepared and stay safe. 11 Alive Morning News.
We began with breaking news this morning.
Is where you know what's happening now.
11 Alive is live on the scene.
Where you can confidently plan ahead.
This severe weather is intensifying.
By knowing what's coming overhead. And we're Atlanta's traffic expert.
We've seen delays almost 30 minutes worth of
helps you get there on time. Every time. 11 Alive Morning News is where you start the day prepared. Watch weekdays 5 to 7 a.m.
If you see breaking news or severe weather near you, snap it and share it using Near Me on the 11 Alive News app.
Happening tomorrow, a new era for DeKalb County Schools. Tomorrow, Dr. Devon Horton officially steps into his role as the new superintendent. He's replacing interim superintendent Dr. Van Zandt Tinsley. On Thursday, Horton took the oath of office and was sworn into his new role. With tomorrow being the start of a new month, there's also some new laws going into effect right here in Georgia. They include the state's ban on most gender-affirming treatments for minors. It bans gender reassignment surgery and hormone therapy. There are some exceptions. Minors receiving treatment before the law will be able to continue. Miriam's Law will also go into effect. It was named after Miriam Abdul-Rab, who was killed and kidnapped in 2021. Authorities say her killer had a prior sexual assault and molestation conviction. The law increases penalties for violent repeat sex offenders and improves how the state handles sexual offenders who move here. Classrooms will also be required to have intruder alert drills. There will also need to be a safety plan reported to the Georgia Emergency Management Agency. Also go into effect, you will now be able to take up to 2 hours of unpaid time to go and vote. Employees will be able to do this during the early voting period or on election day. We'll have more news and weather. Check of your weekend forecast coming up after the break.
Expect pop-up thunderstorms and rain all day long.
And how you'll be weather ready wherever you are.
We expect at any moment a tornado warning could be issued.
The 11Alive Storm Trackers. It's how you'll be prepared and stay safe. 11Alive Morning News.
We began with breaking news this morning.
Is where you know what's happening now.
11Alive is live on the scene.
Where you can confidently plan ahead.
This severe weather is intensifying.
By knowing what's coming overhead. And we're Atlanta's traffic expert.
We've seen delays almost 30 minutes worth of
Helps you get there on time. Every time. 11Alive Morning News is where you start the day prepared. Watch weekdays 5 to 7 a.m.
If you see breaking news or severe weather near you, snap it and share it using Near Me on the 11Alive News app. Want to verify if something's true or false? Record your question and send it. Download the 11Alive News app to use Near Me.
11Alive News at 11 p.m. is where you find out what's happening now across Metro Atlanta.
We begin tonight with breaking news out of Cobb County, where a neighborhood is now...
Where you stay a step ahead of severe weather.
Our storm risk has now been upgraded to a...
And the only place where you can verify fact versus fiction.
11Alive can verify that claim is false.
11Alive News at 11 p.m. Where you end the day ready to take on tomorrow.
Weather can't run from the 11Alive Thunder Truck. A mobile weather center with the power and speed to chase down the strongest storms and bring you on-the-ground conditions. The 11Alive Thunder Truck, sponsored by Landmark Dodge.
With only a few days left until the 54th running of the AJC Peachtree Road Race, runners are preparing to run beneath a blistering sun. Recent temperatures here in Atlanta have been less than desirable for running. 11Alive's Jerry Carnes has some tips on how to handle the heat come 4th of July.
They are preparing their bodies for what could be a blistering 4th of July beneath the Georgia sun that acts like it's designed to defeat them.
All of my training revolves around heat. Hydrating, trying to run when it's a lot cooler and not when the heat is at its max.
They will spend the 4th on the hot asphalt of Atlanta, knowing the people behind the AJC Peachtree Road Race are ready to protect them.
They have plenty of water stations. They have the sprinklers that I love to run through. It brings the temperature down, so they're prepared. They're very prepared.
The medical director for the world's largest 10K says even if temperatures are in the 70s at race time, the humidity can cause major problems.
Between the heat and the excess humidity, the body has trouble to cool itself. And then you get to a certain point where the temperature elevates to where then the body's not able to function as it normally should.
Sweat helps cool your body during exercise. The more you sweat, the more important it is to hydrate. Dr. Jonathan Kim says runners should make good use of the Peachtree's many water stops. Have something to drink once every 10 minutes. For the average runner, that's once a mile. And pay attention to signs that you may be overheating.
Confusion, certainly feeling a little disoriented, feeling weak.
Veterans of the Peachtree know what's coming.
I've been here since '94, so I've got accustomed to the Georgia heat.
Anyone unfamiliar with the steamy days of summer in Atlanta, Peachtree Street on the 4th of July is a good place to learn.
Well, I want to take a quick look at the radar because we still have that severe thunderstorm warning that's up here towards Chattooga, Dade, and Walker County. A quick close-up to this shows that the Somerville area right now dealing with some stronger winds. It's going to continue its way down towards the Rome area, really just west of Rome there in Floyd County. We'll keep an eye on this storm here as we head throughout the next 30 minutes or so. It's likely going to continue to weaken, but again, a lot of shower and thunderstorm activity. That's going to cool us off. We may hit 92, though, before the rain arrives, so be ready for that heat today.
Yeah, so as we're preparing for the heat, we also got to keep in mind it's the time for those summer showers and storms.
It is. It's a very summertime North Georgia forecast.
Yeah, exactly. All right, thank you guys so much for watching 11Alive News at noon. Stay safe. We'll see you right back here at 11Alive News starting at 5.
And rain all day long.
And how you'll be weather ready wherever you are.
We expect at any moment a tornado warning could be issued.
The 11Alive Storm Trackers. It's how you'll be prepared and stay safe. 11Alive Morning News.
We began with breaking news this morning.
Is where you know what's happening now.
11Alive is live on the scene.
Where you can confidently plan ahead.
This severe weather is intensifying.
By knowing what's coming overhead. And we're Atlanta's traffic expert.
We've seen delays almost 30 minutes worth of
Helps you get there on time. every time. 11Alive Morning News is where you start the day prepared. Watch weekdays 5 to 7 a.m.
If you see breaking news or severe weather near you, snap it and share it using Near Me on the 11Alive News app. Want to verify if something's true or false? Record your question and send it. Download the 11Alive News app to use Near Me.
11Alive News at 11 p.m. is where you find out what's happening now across Metro Atlanta.
We begin tonight with breaking news out of Cobb County, where a neighborhood is now...
Where you stay a step ahead of severe weather.
Our storm risk has now been upgraded to a...
And the only place where you can verify fact versus fiction.
11Alive can verify that claim is false.
11Alive News at 11 p.m. Where you end the day ready to take on tomorrow.
Weather can't run from the 11Alive Thunder Truck. A mobile weather center with the power and speed to chase down the strongest storms and bring you on-the-ground conditions. The 11Alive Thunder Truck, sponsored by Landmark Dodge. Fighting social inequality is on all of us. That's why 11Alive is committed to sharing diverse perspectives, exposing injustice, and finding solutions. Voices for Equality, sponsored by Georgia Power and our other partners.
The 11Alive Storm Trackers. It's how you see weather happening now across Metro Atlanta.
These severe storms are now closing in.
We could be talking about damaging winds, hail, and...
How you can plan ahead by knowing what's coming overhead.
Heavy storms are rolling in.
Expect pop-up thunderstorms and rain all day long.
And how you'll be weather ready wherever you are.
We expect at any moment a tornado warning could be issued.
The 11Alive Storm Trackers. It's how you'll be prepared and stay safe. 11Alive